Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton, and here's the news for February 25th, 2021. As vaccinations continue to expand across the United States, experts are beginning to assess the massive impact COVID-19 has left on the amusement industry. IAAPA has released a study on job losses within the industry in the last year, calling on elected officials and policymakers to provide aid and safe reopening guidelines in an attempt to recover from the pandemic. Among the key findings in the report compiled by IAAPA historian Jim Futrell, amusement and theme parks, including the parks of Walt Disney World, the Disneyland Resort, Universal Orlando Resort, and Universal Studios Hollywood, along with attractions like museums, zoos, botanical gardens, historic sites, saw a combined drop in employment of 127,200 people between March and May of 2020, when a lot of hiring is done in advance of the busy summer season. By July 2020, as some parks were beginning to reopen, employment was at only 162,300. The lowest number since 1990 and more than 112,000 lower than July of 2019. Overall, amusement parks and arcades' share of employment loss reached over 5 times the national average across other industries. Another significant point in the study shows just how bad employees at Californian parks have been hit. Since May 2020, the state has seen roughly 60% decrease in monthly employment, though that percentage has narrowed since November. Coincidentally, that was around the same time select dining and shopping offerings at Disney California Adventure reopened to the public for the first time since March. On the other hand, Florida experienced a 32 to 34% loss since July. In that same month, peak month employment reached the lowest level on record for California. Futrell noted that a reluctance to visit, quote, while IAAPA members that have reopened have proven they can do so safely, these businesses continue to struggle due to consumer reluctance and guest capacity limitations, severely affecting revenue and the ability to bring back and rehire staff to previous levels. Meanwhile, the Vice President of North America, IAAPA, John Hallenbeck, added in a statement, quote, just as amusement parks and arcades, historical sites, zoos, and other attractions were ramping up seasonal hiring last year, the economy shut down. That meant a sudden and immediate drop in employment. It's imperative to the livelihood of hundreds of thousands of Americans that state and local governments continue to push for the safe reopening of attractions facilities as soon as possible. Efforts have been made to accelerate the opening of California's theme parks. Last week, the Anaheim City Council voted overwhelmingly to support a bill in the state assembly that would allow theme and amusement parks to reopen at 25% capacity in Tier 3 of Gavin Newsom's blueprint for a safer economy, as opposed to the current plan to allow this only at Tier 4. The Universal Orlando Resort is offering a 40% discount on a 4-night vacation package for a family of 4. The vacation package must be purchased by April 19th, 2021, and travel dates are restricted. This vacation package offers an incredible deal for a family of 4 to visit Universal Orlando Resort. The package includes the option for single park or multiple park per day tickets and includes a 4-night resort stay at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. This same package would normally cost $2,315, but with this special promotion, guests can book now through April 19th to receive a 40% discount on the entire package. Head over to our site for more details. Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort are pushing again for a state law change that would give beer companies more exposure and the parks potentially more revenue during the coronavirus pandemic recovery. According to Gabrielle Rousson of the Orlando Sentinel, Universal and Disney are both lobbying for HB 73, which carves out an exemption to a Prohibition-era rule that would let theme parks make advertising and naming rights deals with beer manufacturers. The theme parks are jumping into a fight with craft breweries and smaller distributors who fear an uneven playing field if Anheuser-Busch, InBev, or another company gets multi-million-dollar deals with the corporate-owned theme parks. A theme park couldn't give preferential treatment to the advertiser and could still sell beer from another company, though, according to the bill. So I guess we'll see how this one works out. A big beer fight. Universal Orlando Resort has an exclusive drink available to annual pass holders through March 31st, 2021. The Caribbean Berry Cooler is available at Shea Alcatraz in Universal Studios, Florida. The drink is Myers Dark Rum, Bull's Cherry Brandy, Strawberry, Lime, and Ginger Ale with Pimento Bitters. Yes, there's such thing as pimento bitters. You learn something every day. You can get it for $14 at Shea Alcatraz in the park's San Francisco area. Head on over to our site for the review. On February 1st, Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat barges closed for refurbishment at Islands of Adventure. As you know from last week's show, during the refurbishment, a small flash fire broke out at the attraction. However, the barges are now officially open for guests to enjoy again. Though Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure both reached capacity on February 20th, the wait time for Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat barges has been relatively short thanks to the cooler weather. Guests to the theme park come prepared for the raging rapids with ponchos at the ready. Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls at Islands of Adventure has closed for refurbishment now and is set to last for about a month. As construction begins, the Toon Lagoon sign has been blocked off with construction walls stating that set enhancement is in progress. Construction walls line both sides of the Toon Lagoon Bridge. Only the highest accents of the attraction can be seen above the walls. The water on the attraction has stopped running and heavy machinery is seen as we peek over the walls. The planned refurbishment work on the log flume ride at Toon Lagoon is already underway and will continue over the next few weeks. More construction walls have come down around Jurassic World VelociCoaster and Jurassic Park at Islands of Adventure. The walls reveal much of the coaster behind the paddock gates. There is now an incredible view of the coaster. Not long after, the coaster began running with no people on board. Through the paddocks surrounding the coaster, we could see a train cresting a hill in the distance. Soon the train was rounding the corner and right in front of us. We've seen the coaster before. This is by far the closest look we've gotten at it from another angle. The cars went almost over our heads. Watch our video, some of the testing right here on our channel. With the opening of Jurassic World VelociCoaster approaching, Universal Orlando Resort is preparing with new merchandise, of course. In addition to the pass holder exclusive shirt we found last week, a line of merchandise celebrating the coaster is now available. The collection includes everything from tees to pins and even a toothpick holder. A lot of toothpick holding. Head on over to our site for the full line. Los Angeles County supervisors voted on Tuesday in favor of Assembly Bill 420, which seeks to let theme parks reopen much earlier than currently planned. The bill would allow larger theme parks like Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, as well as Universal Studios Hollywood, to reopen in Tier 3 of Governor Gavin Newsom's blueprint for a safer economy. Currently, as we said, these parks with capacity over 15,000 are in Tier 4 of Governor Newsom's plan, which is not expected to be reached until possibly late 2021. The bill would amend the state's guidelines, allowing larger theme parks to open once a region is in the moderate orange risk tier category rather than the lower yellow tier. The Anaheim City Council also voted in favor, as we said before. That was a 6-1 vote. The bill would allow larger theme parks like Disneyland to open with 25% capacity in Tier 3. Supervisor Catherine Barger wrote a letter in support of the bill. With full outdoor operations and the ability to maintain physical distancing, theme parks across the country have proven that they can safely reopen. Large theme parks nationwide began reopening last summer, and there have not yet been any outbreaks or spread from these particular establishments. Barger went on to say that it would be difficult for a densely populated region like Los Angeles County to meet the requirements to be in the minimum risk tier, but that theme park operations have proven to be safe once they have reopened. As it stands now, larger theme parks are in Tier 4, like we said, and would not be able to reopen until there's less than one daily case of COVID-19 per 100,000 residents and a test positivity rate of less than 2% in Los Angeles County. Disneyland officials have not yet made a statement on the passing of Assembly Bill 420 or for any potential reopening dates for the Disneyland Resort. Disneyland and Disney California Adventure have been closed since March 2020, with Disney California Adventure reopening in a limited fashion for a brand new ticketed experience in March, and parts of Disney's Grand California Hotel and Spa reopening in May. We may be on our way to a full reopening, which much sooner than anticipated. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to Universal Parks News Today. If you are enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube. For more great content, click the bell for notifications. Make sure to hit select all notifications so that you never miss an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UPNT, this is Eric Morton saying, the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.